Okay, so in this particular section, we're dealing with exponential growth and decay models. So let me give you what the generic model looks like. I'm hoping this model looks familiar. I'm hoping that you remember when we did the finance models, you're like, this looks a little familiar. I'm hoping it does. It should. It should remind you of, if you remember, this was our continuous compounding formula. Do you notice the similarities between the two? Yeah, they're extremely similar. As a matter of fact, we use the continuous compounding formula when we're talking about growth or decay models because growth is continuous, decay is continuous, and this finance model works for us when we're talking about things other than finances. If we're talking about looking at a population of insects, or if we're talking about looking at something like radium, those of you in chemistry, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, regardless, y'all with me? The formulas are exactly the same. What has changed are our variables. So let's take a look at the variables. Notice we still have t. T is time. And in our world, time could be in seconds, it could be in minutes, it could be in days, it could be in months, years, whatever. Finance world, it had to be in years. In growth and decay models, it doesn't matter because some bugs maybe only live for days. So, the next variable I want you to notice is this K. Notice it's in the place of R. So that's right. K is the rate. And if K is positive, then we have a growth model, right? If the rate is negative, then we have a decay model. Cool? Okay, notice the other variable is P sub 0. It's in the place of just P, isn't it? Well, P over here was the initial deposit, agreed? So P sub 0 is also the initial amount. Now, if anytime you see a sub 0, that means initial. So for instance, if they say V sub 0, initial velocity. If they say T sub 0, that's initial time. Y'all with me? Okay. And last but not least, this variable over here, P, is in the place of A. A was the ending balance, wasn't it? Well, P is the ending amount also. Okay? The ending population, shall I say. Cool? All right, so hang in there. We got some